So make sure this person likes you. Seriously. Alright, so now I covered everything. Jeez, I can't believe I almost left out the most important thing. Hi everyone! So it's 2 weeks post-operation, and this is the video you've all been waiting for, the dirty details. I'm going to tell you everything, what implant I chose, what size, cost, who I went to. But before I get started, just a little update. I still haven't dropped, so they look much more like big and higher than they should. As you can see, this still needs to flatten out and become more teardrop shape. And right now it's this is my stubborn one. This one's actually doing what it's supposed to do. And this one the doctor has me pulling up so the nipple faces upward and pushing down so that I could help it drop faster. It's only 2 weeks, so they haven't dropped, and they probably won't fully drop until they say, well, everyone keeps throwing odd answers out there. Some say 2 to 4 weeks. It can happen as soon as that. Others say that it won't fully drop until 3 months. Like 3 months will be when it's like fully dropped. 2 months you'll know your bra size. This is a 34C and I'm popping out of it. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be a D cup or anything. There's still swelling. Swelling doesn't go down. They say you can have swelling up to 9 months, but obviously not severe by then. So I still probably have some swelling, and because the implants are a bit higher, they seem huge, but they're not quite filling out the bottom. So I've been using this handy little thing. And I feel like since I started taking this more serious and wearing it throughout the day as much as I can, when I get home I pop it on right away, that it's been helping. But you kind of just have to wrap it. And there are some doctors that don't tell people to do this, and they should, because it really does help. So you just strap it like that, and what it does, it pushes the breasts down so they can drop a bit faster. Before we get into the details, I just kind of wanted to talk about things that you don't hear about. You just experience it once it happens. And I think it could just be some useful information. Had I known about all this stuff, maybe I could have taken steps to either make it better or, I don't know, I guess I just would have known, right? It would have been nice to know. So first of all, the drugs. They put you on 5 prescriptions, and you've got like antibiotics, you have something to help with the muscle spasms. If you go underneath the muscle, you get muscle spasms. You have pain medication, and then there's 2 others. One that only comes in 1 pill, you take it the day of, so that one's gone, you don't have to worry about that one. And then another one for nausea, which that one runs out pretty quick too, because that's only for in the beginning. However, I was not on pain meds more than 2 days. And the thing with this is you have to finish your other ones, I guess, like the antibiotics are important to finish off, but you can get off the pain ones whenever you want. And I didn't stay on them very long because the side effects of being on pain meds is a huge bloated belly. It gets you very big. I looked 6 months pregnant. It still hasn't all gone down. Granted, I haven't really changed my calories by much, so I am gaining a little bit, but I would rather gain than lose, because for me, losing would set me back. And I worked so hard for my gains that I'm like, I do not want to lose size. I do not want my body to eat its muscle. I'm gonna feed it as much as I need to. So I didn't really change my calories, even though I'm not working out, just because I was afraid of losing size. So it's okay that I'm a bit bigger right now. I don't care, because I know how to control it. I know what steps I need to take. And I know that I could probably bounce back in 2 weeks or less. Had I leaned out, then I would have to start the bulking again, and I didn't want to do that. So first is the drugs. The sooner you can get off of them, the better, because I'm telling you, my stomach was horrible. Constipation is a huge thing, so they make you buy a stool softener so that you can go to the bathroom. Thankfully, since I was only on it for 2 days, yes, I was constipated those 2 days. I guess not constipated, I just didn't go to the bathroom. But as soon as I got off the pills, I was able to go to the bathroom. So the longer you're on them, the more buildup you're going to have in there, which will probably make you look even worse in your tummy. And it's not a good feeling. You just got your boobs done, but you look like Santa Claus or like you're pregnant, and it's not fun. So that was one thing I thought was really important to share, just so that you guys know and you guys can get off of them quicker. I probably could have gotten off of them quicker. I did my research and I was like, oh, it's causing bloating. I should have gotten off of them like a couple ago that I had taken, but it was helping me sleep, and I was mostly just taking it at night the second day, or like I could have just finished them sooner. I mean, I stopped them sooner. So that was one thing. Another thing, sorry, I have it written down so I don't forget. I guess just how your body reacts to everything. A lot of people freak out because your breasts are doing crazy things right now. And I think doctors hate when you don't do your research. So do your research, because when I do my research, I see these comments like, oh my god, my boobs are so high up, I made the wrong decision getting my boobs done. And it's like, that's something you should expect. Know what you should expect. That way when it happens, you accept it, understand it, and are moving forward rather than freaking out, depression, just going nuts, and then 6 months later, oh, I love my boobs. But you just went through so much, you know, because you didn't understand the process. So I think it's really important to understand and do your research. Know that what you're going to see right away is probably not going to be pleasant. You're not going to like it, but it's also not the end result. They sit higher, they're swelling, they are bruised. Some people have it really bruised. The placement is not right, and they don't drop at the same rate. It's actually not common for them to drop at the same rate. This one doesn't want to drop. It's a stubborn one. So expect that. Know what to expect. That way you don't drive your doctor insane. I'm actually probably one of the better patients because they never really hear from me because I know what to expect. Alright, so let's get down to what you guys really want to hear. What implant did I choose? I picked silicone. I didn't like the idea of a rupture and then deflating, and then also it's not as natural, and then there's the rippling factor in there. Yes, they are cheaper, but I'm looking more long term, and so I wanted silicone because it was going to be the more natural way to go. I chose under the muscle as well because it was going to be the more natural way to go. It will teardrop more because it's sitting underneath the muscle, so the muscle will hold it down, and that creates a more natural appearance. So under the muscle, even though it does take longer to recover doing it this way, and you can't really do too many chest exercises. By the way, keep that in mind. I think the reason why you see implants go wrong on some of these girls is because they haven't been told by their surgeons, mind you, that once you get breast implants, you can't really do chest exercises. You can, but I guess very light and not too often. And even like push-ups, what will happen is that your implants will be squished and sent sideways. So then you have a really big gap in between. That's just how it's going to be. But I never really work chest because, I mean, I don't know. I just never do because I don't need it, because I don't feel a need for it. I like my shoulders, my arms, and my legs, and my abs. For a girl, I don't think chest is a priority. But so just know that. Don't do chest exercises if you really don't need them, because you're gonna look deformed. So that's one thing to always try to keep in mind. So yes, silicone under the muscle. The cut was underneath the breast. You couldn't go around the nipple unless you pick Selene, because then they just put the bag in there and fill it. You can't stick a big implant through a small hole. So I went underneath, and they're dissolvable stitches, so I don't have to worry about any like removal of the stitches or anything. So that's pretty much the implant choice. Smooth, not textured. It was smooth, round. And yeah, now moving on to the cost, which everyone has been wanting to know. For me, I paid I want to say, okay, let me do the math. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I paid exactly $7,700. This is on the higher end. However, I chose a doctor that was very qualified, worked out of a hospital, so legit, worked out of a big hospital, the Northwest Community Hospital. And he doesn't give you the option of picking a person for the anesthesia that's qualified and will monitor everything during the entire. There's an option that you can choose someone who can do it, or just go with a plain ordinary Joe Schmo who doesn't quite know as much, and that'll deduct cost. However, I love that he doesn't even give that as an option, because it's important. It's your life. You want somebody who knows what they're doing, can check your vitals constantly, and know if you're reacting bad to the anesthesia. So I paid $900 just for that. And then obviously you pay more because it's in a hospital where it's controlled. If anything happens wrong, there are other alternatives, things you can do, other doctors, they're available. So he kind of charges a little bit more, but then keep in mind the cost for, he never charges me for visits. If you pay very inexpensive, say you pay like $4,000, keep in mind that then there's hidden fees. In my case, no hidden fees. I don't have to pay for any appointments that I go in to visit. He gave me bras, provided bras. I don't have to pay for that. He provided tape. I don't have to pay for that. So there are no additional fees, no hidden fees. It was just upfront. This is the money. This is what you get. He does warn you if something goes wrong during the surgery that there may be more fees. But I mean, the chance of something going wrong will not happen. So I did spend a little bit more, but that was the route I was going to take, or else I probably wouldn't have done it. I always think about everything, so for me it's like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And in this case, it was perfectly safe, so to me it was worth it. So keep that in mind. If you're choosing someone and you're trying to go cheap, the person may not be qualified. Just because they're a doctor doesn't mean that they have the art in actually doing cosmetic, plastic surgery stuff. They know what they're doing, so make sure that they're qualified. Because that'll just lead down the road to more expenses, because they didn't understand that this is not how something works, or they had to put the placement differently, or whatever the case is. So that's kind of why I paid that much, and I'm perfectly fine with that price. And he's very, very good doctor, down to who my doctor was. Dr. Otto Plastic. It's funny because it sounds like plastic, so it's like Dr. Plastic. But he's awesome. Northwest Community Hospital. I'll put his information underneath the video because I'm sure you're all interested. He has a location in Arlington Heights, which is the one I went to, and he also has a location in Chicago. Great doctor. He just understand what you're going in for, and there's not much to fuss about. He's not gonna hold your hand. He's hoping you already know what you're in for. And his nurse will answer any of your questions, and she's very qualified, and she's always answered all my questions. But don't be too concerned if he's not in the picture that much. He's there to do the art. You're there to choose what size you want, what incision you want, and they will educate you on the ups and downs of whatever you decide to go with. And what else? Dirty details. Did I go over everything? We talked about how much, who, and the implant details. So I guess we covered everything. Just because I'm staring at it, I know I spoke about how to make sure that you follow through with a goal of yours. This is the bra that got me to get my boobs done. This is the bra, the 34C, that I had purchased, that I would look at every day. It was a reminder of what I wanted, what I was working for, and I feel like because I took this step, I visually saw what I wanted every day. I moved forward. I don't know if I'll ever wear it. It has some padding in it, actually, and I don't think I need any padding, but I just bought it to keep it as a reminder of what I was moving forward and what I really wanted. I just thought I'd show you guys, since I talked about it in the last video, and I just saw it hanging there. It doesn't need to hang any longer. I have it. Alright, so that's pretty much all. 2 weeks post-op. all the dirty details, everything I promised to share with you guys. And I hope I covered everything. If not, you guys can comment below with your questions. I'm more than happy to answer. If there's a specific video you guys want me to do talking about a specific thing, let me know. By the way, 2 weeks post-op, I forgot to also mention there's some dryness in between my breasts. If you have that, it's normal. The skin is stretching. In my case, it's stretching even more because I went from nothing to something. Oh, you know what I didn't talk about? The CCs. Okay, what size did I go with? I almost forgot the most important thing that I've been being asked constantly. Okay, here's the thing with this. Before I tell you what size I went, because none of you are going to believe it, it's irrelevant what size you choose because you have to see the person's frame. Because I'm taller, a lot of people don't realize because I'm so tall, I had to go with a bigger size to look proportionate. Everyone who meets me in person is like, you don't look this tall in your photos. I'm tall, I'm 5'9". And I'm built. I may not look built in camera, but compared to another girl, everyone always tells me you're so built. So that's a factor in. And then what you originally had. So if like you're a B cup, you're not going to get my size or else you're going to be like huge. So consider what you already have. I went for 530 cc. And this is because I started out with absolutely nothing. And if a girl decided she was the same height, size as me, and she wanted to get 530s, but she was a B cup, she'll become larger than me, because she had a cup size over me. So there's a lot to factor in. Online I checked, when I went in, I was like, I'm gonna get like 300 because that sounds reasonable, natural. But considering what I had, that 300 wasn't going to be that much for me. I was surprised. I was like 530. I even went in for a second sizing because just the number scared me. I didn't, even checking online, I would not see very many people that had this number, and if they did, they were like humongous, and I was like, oh Lord, what did I get into? But once you understand that the number really doesn't matter, you got to take those sizing appointments so serious. You gotta see what it looks like, be happy with it, move around. I had my husband's opinion, thank God, because I would have gone smaller had I not had his opinion, and now that they're settling in and the swelling is going down, they're looking better and I'm turning out to be a C cup. But without him, I think I would have went smaller out of fear, but he liked the bigger ones. So if you have a friend or a spouse, I would say definitely take them with you. Somebody who can kind of shed some light. Make sure that they're not those people that are jealous, envious, and will hold you back. We all have them in our family. You know who they are. You still love them. I got that. I understand that, but don't take them. Don't take them with you. You want only positive people. There are people that I like, but I would never take with me because you know that they're not going to give you the answer you want. And they're not looking out for your best interest. So make sure this person likes you. Seriously. Alright, so now I covered everything. Jeez, I can't believe I almost left out the most important thing. Anyways, so that is all. I'm going to end it here. I hope that answers a lot of questions. I hope this is not super long. I'm sorry if it is, but it's good information. If you care enough to get your boobs done, this is the video you want to watch. Anyways, until next time, bye everyone, and don't forget to have your questions underneath the video. I will answer them or make a video to help answer them better. But until next time, bye!